If you're just joining us around the world and our friends watching on CBS Sports Network, the final's already set for the men. World number 1 and number 2 going head-to-head to decide the yellow jersey, with De Souza taking on Mick Fanning. And now we're going to get the women's side all squared away on the Swatch Women's Pro. Bianca Buitendag taking on Lakey Peterson. As Rosie's going to watch this, we have a little wave coming through. Bianca and Lakey trying to set this one up. This will be the opening ride, and establishing position is the South African, Bianca Buitendag. Snaps it off the lip, deep off the bottom. Nice crack under the whitewater. Now she'll look to close this thing out. Nice hack off that section. And looking to finish up with a backside hack on the inside section. Now Lakey Peterson on her opener will go down. See the start in that in just a moment, but it was Bianca who wanted the first wave of this matchup.
Yeah, you know, took control. Obviously, almost 10 minutes off the clock, so very close to a restart. This was Lakey's wave right behind. And this is what Lakey's got to be real careful of. You know, she's got that repertoire. She's got a bag of tricks as deep as most, so she's got to make sure she picks the right maneuvers. Bianca, no problems with that. Just beautiful, seamless surfing, connecting with the lip there. This backhand attack has just been serving her so well through this entire event. She's going to be hard to beat if she continues this kind of form, Joe. Just cranking off maneuver after maneuver and then finishes off strong. Bianca's the kind of surfer that doesn't make a lot of mistakes, so she's going to make sure she gets her scores, and Lakey's going to have to make sure she doesn't make any mistakes either.
What an amazing competitor, Bianca Buitendag. She's had some key heats this year that have made the difference for her to sit in that top 5 picture. She'll look on as Lakey tries again on her forehand. Full wrap to start for the Californian. Clean frontside wrap, floats the next section, coils off the top for that fin drift. Now has to redirect one more time as this wave is losing speed. Lakey's best wave so far. Full roundhouse wrap on the inside section, and she's out of there.
So you're going to see 2 different approaches here. Lakey's got that more drawn out sort of snap, maybe get that tail drift a little bit, whereas Bianca's going to draw low off the bottom, get that board nice and vertical. So you're going to see that backside, front side. Here we go. Let's have a look at Lakey's wave. This is a beautiful opening turn right there. Talk about opening your shoulders, getting that top part of your body to come around first, and then the bottom half follows. Jams it off the top there. You see that beautiful sliding maneuver. Put a lot of pressure on her front foot, which disengages those fins and allows that board to slide. So Lakey, beautiful wave here, super fit, so she's going to ride these ones all the way to the bitter end. A good score there for Lakey.
Numbers in for Buitendag on her starts is 6.67. Lakey Peterson start a 7.5. Remember, Lakey had a wave before that, so her 2-wave total 8.5 at the moment. And more waves on the way. Bianca lets this one go, and Lakey under priority will improve on a 1.0. Snaps it through the whitewater. Under the lip carve on the next section for Peterson. Full wrap with a rebound. Now looking for a finishing move. Snaps it through the whitewater. Another little off the top, and she'll fill in the gaps through the gut with the sections on the inside. That's increasing her lead out front. Lakey just wanted every bit of that last wave punch.
I told you, she never kicks out, does she, Joe? I mean, she'll milk it all the way to the inside there. Although length of ride really isn't a concern as far as the scoring potential goes, but the longer you stay on the wave, obviously the more scoring opportunity you have.
South African in position. Buitendag holds back. She'll be fighting back against Lakey Peterson. He's so happy to be in the semifinals here as we take another look at her last wave.
Yeah, Lakey was paddling back out, and that's what you've got to keep your eyes open at here at lower trestles. You've got that ability to be able to sneak one underneath your opponent's priority. Lakey capitalizing on this one. Just pumping her board, snapping and turning, bringing this one all the way through the inside. Nice rail work from Lakey. Nice smooth transitions too. So this is going to be a good little backup for Lakey Peterson, and the judges have already dropped their score, Joe.
Scores in for Peterson a 5.43. Now Buitendag needs a 6.27 to answer back. Lakey from Santa Barbara up the coast. We'll now watch Bianca glide in. Buitendag meets that first section off the top, right into a backside snap to get down the line. Deep off the bottom, hammers the inside corner. Now Buitendag will get out of there. Now hitting the 20-minute mark of this first semifinal. These two surfers waiting a long time for this matchup, getting free surfs, kind of keeping rhythm after 4 straight days of competition. I think everyone on site took a deep breath, waiting for this big moment.
Yeah, that they did. Let's have a look at Bianca's last ride here, needing a 6.27. Beautiful turns on her backhand right there, jamming down the line. This is what I like about what Bianca's been working on. Right here, she gets that tail out of the back of the wave, which creates that release, which makes it look a little bit more dynamic. So Bianca's really been working on that backside snap, and it's paying off, that's for sure. Didn't quite finish that wave off, which the judges kind of want to see. They want to see you kick out of your waves, finish your waves on your feet. It just sets well after a long ride.
So true. Bianca Buitendag has survived a couple of really close battles. One was really close against Lakey Van Dyke in the quarterfinal the other day.
Yeah, that was a very close heat. Could have gone either way, really. Judges were split on the decision, and Bianca got the nod only just.
Last year's world champ Medina just went down to Mick Fanning. Looks like he's calling it a day. 14 minutes remaining. Paddling in, this is Lakey. Chunky section to work with. She'll just climb it to start. Now into an open face section, high line off the top. Deep off the bottom, it absolutely crushes the finish, but she'll end up going down. Bianca will catch up to the next wave. Right into a whippy little float. Out in front, arcs it in the pocket. Little quick jam back into the source, and now she'll hit it off the top. Buitendag into a slow motion section, but she'll keep her board active. Looking to close this thing down. Big wind up and attacks the end section, and Bianca's out of there.
Advantage Bianca in that exchange, that's for sure. You can tell she's been doing a lot of work on her surfing, Joe, just that tail release. She's never used to have that in her game. It's definitely something new that she's been working on, obviously trying to mix it up on your backhand. Very hard to do. She's got that big, powerful snap. She's got that carve, and now she's throwing in that tail release, which I love. Let's have a look here. This was the second wave in the set, so Lakey, with priority, was able to take that first one right here. Boom, that's that big carving one we talk about. I think she got a little stuck right there, didn't quite get the board all the way around. Now she starts, there's that release that we talk about, just letting that board slide a little bit. Deciding to stick with this wave, 6.27 required. And does she finish it off nice and clean? Yes, she does. The judges are going to like that wave. Lakey Peterson driving there, kind of got a little stuck off the top there. Now she's got to build that speed back up. Didn't quite get that board all the way around. And then bangs it at the end there, but just doesn't quite ride out of that. So I don't think that's going to go into her top two. I think Bianca's still going to be searching for that 6.27, which I think is under fire right now.
Well, Rosie, Bianca got a 6.6 and took the lead. Lakey now needs a 5.77. As you remember, Lakey took out Carissa Moore last year and got awarded for the maneuver of the season at the WSL Awards. Now does Lakey go for that progression to make the final at the Swatch Women's Pro? Looking at the countdown for semifinal number 1, Lakey Peterson congratulates Bianca Buitendag. Peterson's out, and the South African moves into her 3rd championship tour final of the season here at the Swatch Women's Pro. Coming up next, Carissa Moore takes on Dimity Stoyle here at Lower Trestles.